Cool. Well, welcome everyone to another community meeting this month with Data Platform. We are going to be talking about enhanced APIs, alerts, chain analytics, near lake, and RPC as a service. Give updates, and then I think we have some more agendas. It kind of got a packed hour today. So yeah, without any further ado, I think Tiffany, are you going to be sharing some slides? Are you going to be leading this? Awesome, cool. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you have any questions, please post them in the chat below or in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. But yeah, go ahead, take it away. Take it away, Tiffany. And as you can know, it's Hat Day today at NEAR. So
cool, awesome. So for this week, we have a lot packed. We'll start with our very new product, Enhanced API Suites, and we're looking to have a much more powerful offering in this product too. And this is, we're very excited about this. So really looking forward to release to public and get as much feedback as we can, and help all of you guys as easy as possible in terms of getting the data. That's the first item. Second item will be alerts. Finally, alerts is going to be almost live and show it to public. But this week, after long and very awesome work from our team, we're ready to demo it to the public and really let you guys know and see what we're offering you guys and get pumped and get excited. And yeah, so that's the second item. Third item, we have RPC Stats Page ready. It's not ready yet, but the wireframe, almost wireframe, is ready. So we want to show it and let you guys know that we're preparing for it. We're very likely to roll it out. And so for the first time, you will be able to get your RPC data and you understand your RPC usage. So looking forward to that. And the next one is analytics feature on console. I'm not sure if you guys logged in already into console. It's already live, but just taking this opportunity to show you that we have this awesome feature available for you to get your contract data, analytics, everything happen with your contract. And it can help you get a lot of helpful information like your user information, and hopefully it can give you better ways to make your decisions in your operations. And last but not least, we have the Lake session on console. So for anyone who are not aware of Lake, here's a great entry point for you in console to know what it is, to use the tool, and to understand how it can benefit you. So without further ado, I'll move it to our first item, Enhanced APIs.
Yeah, so speaking about new Enhanced API, we definitely received a lot of questions like, why should it actually be so complicated to view account balances or FT, NFT lists, history of that, and why should I use Indexer or RPC, and when should I use it? So there is definitely no need to hit your head around, and instead you can just use the Enhanced API as a one offering. So, and I'd like to pass it to Ola to talk about the specifics, and hopefully we'll have some live demo.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, so I want to start from memology. So as you all know, we have Bogdan in the team, our absolute expert in memology, and I'm always trying to learn something to be as great as him. Yeah, so as I knew this week, this meme is known only on post-Soviet countries. So this is the guy who wait for something, and all of you, I hope so, you were waiting for our enhanced API. Yeah, so let's go. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I want to say you asked we delivered, but we haven't delivered it yet. Let's go further. Yeah, so what is it? So this is REST API. We decided to concentrate at first on the balances side. We can go further. actually, I can, no worry. I will just continue to do that. So yeah, we have many different endpoints. Most of them covered some information about the balances. So we decided to start from native balance, FTs, maybe multi-tokens. We are thinking about that. Of course, some information about NFTs. So hopefully, next slide. Random wallet developer or the developer of application should be really happy about that. Next slide. So I really hope you will be happy about this. Yeah, so we will send you a link to our repository. So it's open source and you can create any issues you want. Please share any feedback with us. And I wanted to share some technical details with you. So we use open API specification. So what it means to you. So you will have all the perks from our implementation that you actually could. So you have all the beautiful documentation, you have typed responses, you have anything you want from the REST API. Next slide, please. Yeah, about technical details. So we are using our indexer database. I hope you're familiar with it. We also use RPC to get all the data that we want to serve, combine it, and serve in the best way that we could. Yeah, we will add some new, I don't know, it's fast. We will add some new tables to our database to serve all the data we want. So as you already seen, version 1 is all about balances, and we have some things that we want to support later. We will ask you about that. Let's go further. Yeah, let's try our live demo. 1 second, it's too hard. This is only one big green button and I can't find it. Yeah, so let's go through some of the endpoints just to test it and see how it goes. So as you can see, yeah, we have many different information here. We can send the request for a random user. Yeah, it's so he or she, so they have some balance, some native balance. Also, they have some tokens. So this is FT contract with the metadata and so on and so forth. Yeah, we also can try to ask. So, for example, about history. So for that, we need to copy the contract name. Let's try to take it here. Let's try to find some history. Cool. So yeah, we have some information about deltas and actions that were done with this account by this fungible token contract. Cool. We also can ask for some NFT information. We can find, yeah, so this guy has one NFT at Paras. So yeah, so this is heavy under development, and we are still working on the types, on the pagination stuff, on the all the structures. But you can have like a good overview of what we are doing, and if you have any thoughts about that, please share. Yeah, and so this is all from my side.
Super yeah, so awesome. Let me just bring a little bit more highlight on this API. So as Ola mentioned, we actually follow the OpenAPI spec, and this is why you can actually have the nice playground, and we'll integrate it even further and extend it with more examples. In the same UI, you can also have the snippets of the code that you can just copy paste and run in a number of languages out there, and also in Curl, HTTP, Python, and stuff. Yeah, thanks Ola for sharing the link in the chat. And you, yeah, and one crucial thing is this is actually as simple as it looks like, and it should be this way. So I hope everybody really love it, and let us know what I hoping for the next steps here. Will we launch the poll now, or will we launch it later? Tiffany?
Sorry. I think we have questions that are about everything, so maybe a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah, then without further ado, let's jump onto the alerts and the Dev Console integration of alerts from Bogdan.
Yeah, it's my turn. Hey, everyone. I'll start with the trick. Oh, much better. Thanks. I'm gonna share my screen and try to perform some demo of alerts. I hope you can see it well. At least I can see it well. So we're looking at the alerts module in the Dev Console, and we're gonna create a new alert. I want to mention that I have connected a Telegram bot as like a destination option to get the notification through. So in the nice fancy form, we can put the account. I'm working with the testnet, but mainnet is also available. Which is a condition. Currently, we're working on to cover all of these possible conditions and extend it with the more. But currently, fully functioning is any successful transaction related to the account or contract address we put in the first point, or if only failed transaction. We will go with the successful ones. I'm enabling the Telegram destination, and just I want to show you that email, SMS is gonna be here soon. I don't know why Telegram is soon, because it's already working. And we have implemented the webhook destination, so you can name it like anything and put your own URL and just ready to get the answers. Just for an example. Sorry, my bad. Once we create a webhook destination, the Dev Console will say that we're gonna authorize all our requests with this bearer token we generate for you, so you can catch it on your side to be sure that it was Dev Console who is sending you messages to your webhook. But we're not gonna go with the webhook, only with the Telegram right now. Here on the screen, I hope you can see it. You can see my Telegram. I have connected Dev Console bot with this nice pretty logo. So let's do it. Create alert. Yep, alert is created. We can check all the settings here. And let's trigger some events. For example, transfer on the testnet. I'm sending some tokens from another account to the account I'm watching for. Yep. And it is sent. Don't pay attention to the repetitive message about something had triggered your event, because it's all under heavy development. So here you can see that Telegram bot has sent you about the name of your triggered alert. We can see it right here. And it built for us a link to Explorer. I just copy it from here to be sure it is opening in the proper browser. This link points us to the transaction where the event actually happened and to the specific receipt. But like it's not many of receipts here, so we can see both of them. Yeah, it's pretty nice working demo. I'm getting even more transactions. I believe someone is sending something to me. Thank you. I really regret that it's not mainnet account right now in the at the moment. Okay, and let's look over here. Like it's not something you're gonna see during the usage of alerts feature on the dev console. It is an indexer built on top of Nearlake, which is actually serving all the stuff. We call it internally alertixer, as you can see. And here we can see all those triggered events that were sent to the Telegram through all this complex stuff. And on like right here, I'm stopped sharing and asked Tiffany to resume the presentation with my second slide. Yeah, I'm spammed, by the way, in the Telegram. So, okay, here is like a little bit internals. I want to talk about the architecture behind the alerts feature because what I was showing you, it was a demo of the user interface, which has been built by dev console team. We're fortunately not doing front end, at least for now. All we did, it was the back end, or like using with a heavy Rust usage. So I want to represent our architecture as like a Rust as a plant, keeping the earth and stuff. So everything is working thanks to alertixer behind the scenes. Yeah, we actually use Nearlake framework for that. And we're really happy actually to use the stuff we have built. We use it also. That's why we encourage all of you to use Nearlake instead of Nearindexer framework, because it's much cheaper and it's more smoothly, it works more smoothly. So please reach us out if you want to build your own indexer. And that was like an example what you can build with an indexer, by the way. Yeah, so I guess I'm done. I'm ready for questions, if there are any. Yeah, I see I don't have any questions, so we can continue and then answer questions later. What do you think?
Sounds like a good idea. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah, let's, Tiffany, do you have other updates? So do you think we should answer the question right now and have a pause, or do we keep going?
Yeah, I think we can answer some questions about the major products we have, and and before going to other ones. So yeah, any questions right now?
Yeah, Josh, may I ask you to read the questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, one individual just asked about, I believe they're referring to the API, the RESTful API that we created, and they just want to know if there's a rate limit, or should we be using it lightly for now? Is that available for them to use, or is that like a temporary?
Yeah, so it's there for very early preview, so we can share with the community in terms of like trying it out, maybe just providing early feedback, but it's definitely not ready for any production use or advertisement as a product ready release. We'll integrate it into Dev Console, and at that point, once it's launched with Dev Console, that will be the official release date, and we plan to have it quite soon. There are no specific dates at the moment that we can share, but stay tuned. We believe that it's quite close, and we'll definitely show how the integration could look like in Dev Console of other services during our next updates that Tiffany will bring.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Jack also just mentioned that, yeah, like daily balances are really hard to get, especially for EVM chains, but so useful for analytics. Yeah, I know this is going to be super helpful for a lot of folks in office hours that we get daily. People, oftentimes it's RPC endpoints. Which endpoints can I use to query accounts and give them information about it? And then we have to go, okay, well, actually got to go into indexing. And then, yeah, it's a common thing that we talk about. And yeah, to have something that's very familiar to especially Web 2 devs, to have this like RESTful API where they can easily, you know, send GET requests and POST requests. Are there posts? Is it just right now just querying data? Will there be like POST requests where you can actually modify blockchain data using this API, advanced API feature?
There are no such plans just yet, because there are plenty of low-hanging fruits in terms of like getting the data first. And later on, yeah, we'll explore the space of how we can simplify and address the problem of submitting transactions through API, because it's a bit more complicated and involves key management and signing the transaction. So it might not be as simple as just REST API. That's why we're not yet exploring this space.
Cool. Awesome.
Definitely worth a try.
Cool. Someone just asked, does the enhanced API allow requests similar to near CLI view state? I would imagine yes. It's similar, like in that in CLI under the hood, it's using near API JS, which is making RPC calls. That's just viewing state, and you're just kind of pretty much using the same thing. You're using RPC endpoints to, or are you using no, you're not using RPC endpoints. You're using
we
the indexer. Okay,
you
do.
We use both.
That's you use both. Okay.
The questions people would have before, like whether I should use indexer or should I use indexer database or should I use RPC, and usually the answers would be like you would need to use both. So instead, what we actually offer right now, instead of you needing to worry about all of those different sources of data, we actually combine it together in a best and meaningful way. And yeah, I'm still trying to understand how whether the original question was about like the very specific type of response shape and structure, or it was just about like general approach. But the APIs that we provide right now, they are similar to what the JSON RPC reply is, but we actually restructured for a better alignment with fungible tokens, and also to provide more meaningful information in one reply. So you have all the necessary metadata.
Cool.
So yeah, we sometimes we add some information from the database that we can share if it's useful in the context. Sometimes we omit some fields if we think that. So for example, if you want detailed metadata, you can ask about this, but in general, our guess is that you need just some fields from it, and that's why we simplify the interface a bit. So yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks so much for the clarification and context. Yeah, and hopefully that answered some of your questions. If not, or if you have follow-up questions, please feel free to drop them in chat or the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. But yeah, it looks like that was all the questions I had so far. Yeah, if you'd like to proceed, you can. And then, yeah, again, keep posting away questions if you guys have them.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. Moving on is the RPC Stats Page wireframe. I put almost because you will see what I mean by almost. it's not really a wireframe as much, but yeah. So I will also share this link in the chat, so we also have it. It is actually a public link, so it is available for everyone to see and to comment if you guys want to. So I'll post this in the chat. Where is that? Okay, I don't know where the chat is. Here. Cool. So going over, call it barely a wireframe because it's basically, I'm not a designer. I'm just using ways to try to visualize what I meant by having the stats page ready. So high level, there will be a couple of very important metrics, which are the total volume of your RPC request, the request success rates of your RPC request, and number of invalid requests, and last but not least, the latency on the top of that. And those from our brief user research are the most important data that we see developers care about. Just by a glance, they want to understand, how many of my requests are passing through? What are the problem with my request? Or overall, how fast are the responses? Following after that is the time series of the total request volume chart. So you can see all of your requests by time, and you are able to sort of get an understanding of either how many requests you're making, or if you're not using bots or it's based on your implementation. Sometimes from this, we hope to give you an understanding of how active is your DApp or is your contract at a certain amount of time. So that's the second chart. Third one is the method breakdown of your RPC request. So for your RPC request, you will have a lot of different methods that you're using. And hopefully this will give you an understanding of how many of each that you're using. And if you want to do optimization or, any things that you want to get from this, hopefully this can yield some helpful insight. Next one is the request status. So similar to what I mentioned above, understanding how many of your requests has passed. Hopefully with a good RPC service that we'll provide, all of this should be success, right? So it should be expecting a very huge grading high instead of a breakdown of all of the rest. Next one will be the list of request status and errors. So in this list, we hope to just ignore what's actually here. In this list, we hope to give you a list of all the requests you made, including all the status and the arrows that you can potentially click in and understand why is this failed, why is it not running as you wish. This hopefully at the end of the day will be helpful in debugging and in maintaining stability, all the efforts around making RPC requests. And going after is the geographic distribution. So we're actually able to grab the geographic distribution or geographic information of where the RPC requests are coming from. Also, depending on your implementation, but most likely, most of the DApps or contracts or projects out there are able to utilize this to understand where are the RPC requests are getting made, meaning where are your users are coming from, right? So we'll provide you with a map that shows the overall distribution, and we'll also provide you with a short list of the top countries that you should be, really focus on and taking care of in terms of your overall users. That's it for the first MVP phase of the stats page. We're still passing it through the design phase, so it's definitely not going to look like this. But as a wireframe, it just shows you what we want to provide, and this is something that I really want to get feedbacks from all you guys on. Is this helpful enough? Are we missing something that you guys are interested in? And yeah, and hopefully once we really release this, it's going to be put in use, and you guys will be able to fully utilize this. So that is the RPC stats page. Like I mentioned, there are two questions I really want to ask is, what are the metrics do you need, and does the curve visualization make sense? So really looking forward for that answer. Even though it's not in this call, we can also have it at the offline when we share it to the public. But overall, yeah, this is really helpful feedback if anyone can be sharing any of their feedbacks. So cool. Moving on to the next one. we have analytics on console. And I will share my screen by having this ready for now. So I'm not sure if all of you guys are familiar with the console. I hope it's hard. If not, I can just log out and relog in again. But for the sake of this particular demo, then console team will be able to demo the actual onboarding flow. But for the sake of this demo, we'll go through the analytics page. So in order to add contracts into analytics page, you need to have contracts in contracts page first. And I have actually already added the near crowd contracts here. And what it will do is it will automatically just fetch that contract you added in your contracts page, and it will show an analytics page. We're still working on making it actually color matching right now. So this is actually a service that's created by the Wombi team. And they have created this service for us that we're embedding into console. So thanks to Wombi team, but as a result, we're still working on the color schema and design to make it more aligned. And it's coming, it's in place. But yeah, so just to go ahead and really show you guys what is the analytics page is having here. You have a date filter that you can automatically filter anytime after or before, previous. We have a lot of option here, so you can really define the time that you care about and you want to look through. And we have contract tab that you can add actually multiple contracts. So this works really well if you have a lot of subcontracts within your contract, right? So you have a lot of sub accounts you want to see as a whole, then you can actually use the filter here to see like all your contract and all of that information. From this, we have a couple of high-level data, the total number of transactions, total volumes, liquid balances of your account, total users, which is very, very unique and very helpful from my previous experiences, and user median lifetime. So how much time is your user currently spending on your DApps, right? And the total gas spent, something you would care about in terms of the cost. And going further, we have daily transactions and user count. So it's a daily breakdown of your transactions and your users. And it will have user retention, which we actually did some calculations in terms of the monthly number of your new users, the user retention rate. So we actually took that data, did a lot of calculation, and give you that retention rate that you will care about of how many people are actually using your DApp. Moving along is the active user. So monthly active user, weekly active user, and daily active user. We also have a calculation ratio for you. So similar to any of your Web2 experience or the most important marketing data usually will give you this number, which will very helpfully inform you on how active is your user, how the actual overall health of your user engagement of your DApp. And moving along is the volume and balances. So how much volume are transacted in your DApp, how much your balances are, and what are the total top users by total volume transacted. So who are the users that spend the most money in your DApp, right? That's should be something that's, it's very important for you. And if you want to target these users for your airdrop events, campaigns, or any specific marketing campaigns, this is where you can look for them. And last but not least is the gas price, the total amount of spending, and the daily amount spent. And that's it for the analytics screen. And last but not least, on this, you will also be able to see an indexer tab, which is the lake section on console. Yay! And we have carefully designed this page, and it has the little pagoda / boat here and a little lake, seems like. It should be clear. If not, please share feedback on, it doesn't look like a lake, it's hideous, we'll change it. But overall, yeah, we concluded 4 major reasons that you should use Lake. We think it is productive, it is resilient, and you have immediate access to all the full stories, histories of the near blockchain, and it is very familiar. We are providing you with as much of the languages that you can use to easily create your indexer, and more to come. And we also added the most helpful, very just jumpstart examples here in tutorials. So you can have, you can look at the printer, account watcher, and if you are already a little bit advanced, go to the NFT indexer one that Bogdan has demoed last time. So that's all the demo I have in terms of the things that I have demo here. Couple of things, there are multiple things, and I think it's the time that we launch the polls.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Tiffany.
And
I beat all of you in a head game.
The poll blocked you on my screen, so I couldn't see. I couldn't see. Oh, it's so great. So great. Cool. Yeah, for everyone watching after the fact, we just lost a poll. We'll be dropping a link to that in the bottom of your screen. And actually, yeah, under the description, there'll be a link to probably like a Google form that you can fill out. Yeah, we're just kind of getting a little bit of feedback on what was presented today, whether or not you would be you'd find these things useful, and what exactly you would find useful, and feedback as well. I imagine, yeah, there'll also be areas in which people can provide feedback. I know in the beginning we talked about the REST API, like a link to the repo where people could probably have discussions in there, or make suggestions, submit issues. But for some of these other things that we presented today, where's the best place for people to get in touch with you and leave feedback on these products?
Yep. So I think, as always, we have this screen of all the feedbacks that usually we like to direct people to Stack Overflow, but we also have all these repos here that you can actually interact and talk to us about. And I'll also create a Google form that will include the information on the polls, and we'll likely add more information on, we will have my calendar link. We have the daily weekly updates that Bogdan help crafting every week. So that's also a great place to follow what's come next and interact with us, share feedbacks there, comment anything there. So that is also a great place for us to, and also it's a good place to keep track on all the teams' work, because I think all the teams also share feedbacks there. Share updates there too.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. For the polls, yeah, I don't think I need to clarify, but I added a payment method question. I'm not sure if people are aware, but one day in the future, we will start, charging a little bit of our products. And this is a quick question on understanding what you guys prefer in terms of the payment method. And we really hope to at least provide that as easy as possible. If USN or NEAR or any other stable coins works the best for all our community members. That's that question. That's where that question is coming from. Not that you guys need to pay us for this show.
Cool. Well, yeah, if anybody has any questions or comments, please feel free to, again, drop them in the chat or in the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. We'll give a few moments for anybody to ask any, but is there anything else to present, or is that does that conclude the presentation for today?
Yeah, so I actually have another board that's about the data products landscape.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
But it is very much a brainstorming Miro board. As you can see, it's very messy. But overall, what we want to get from this is, as we are offering more and more products, we just introduced enhanced API, and for the beginning, I also mentioned there are confusions around where should I go with XYZ, right? Do I go RPC? Do I go indexer? Do I go somewhere else? So we hope to really think about the data usage and data information, query needs, and all of those in one setting. So And so this is a board that we use to brainstorm ourselves. But we also hope to go through this with all of you guys to share what we're thinking, and either synchronous here or asynchronous when we publish to YouTube, or having discussion with the lovely DevRel team on more on this, is that we really want to understand how people are currently using all of these products, and how people are currently thinking about using this product, or what they're thinking of, or what when they're making decisions on where to get information, where to get data, why are they making that information, why are they making that choice. So overall, I'll go through each by each, which I think we all know what it is, but just for the sake of sharing or making this brainstorm easier for everyone who's watching, we have the whole lake system over here, which Bogdan did a demo before, which is very awesome. Lake itself is the data pool where the data lake we're querying from is the huge data machine, and the framework is what we're creating to help people easily use the lake powerful machine. And from our brainstorm, we're thinking it is very, it is a very powerful tool that really gives a lot of flexibility, and it should be also familiar and easy to use with our work on having multiple language offering and a lot of different tutorials and examples offered. And going after, there is the enhanced API we just announced. So we really hope to lower the barrier of entry for people to get the data on top of our blockchain by offering this API. And it's the REST API, so it's very standardized. Like Olga just mentioned, we're using Open API, so there are a lot of great benefit you can get from that. And we really want to understand, who are the people who mainly want to use this, and where are the cases where you guys think it is most helpful in your day-to-day development to utilize this. And what is the combination, right? You may not only use one of this, you may also use it, pick and choose. You may also use Lake in addition to API. And we're wondering, how is that, why are you making such choices, and what drives you to make those choices? And the next one is Warehouse. So we're calling it Index over Explorer, which is the name that everyone is more familiar with, the Postgres database. We're changing the name to Warehouse because it is just, it's more generic, and it describes what it actually is. We're also wondering, so right now we're offering that as only public access to a lot of people out there, to the community. We're also offering that one-on-one to a lot of our partners, and we're really curious to know who are the people who are using this Index for Explorer, the Warehouse database we offer. What are the major needs there? What are the queries that you guys are using most likely and most often? And why is this a better choice than Lake comparatively to your specific needs? And moving on, we have alerts, which we just announced. And this should not be adding a confusion into this mix, because we're thinking that it should be mostly around monitoring. And we just wanted to also validate this with you guys on making sure that this is why why you guys are interested and wanting to use alerts. And if that is the case, are we doing a good enough job in terms of helping you monitor your DApp's performance? And last but not least, we have the archival RPC and regular RPC. So this team also, we're thinking about providing a unified data or query information feed that that really should not bother you, the users, on choosing, am I using the RPC? Am I using the archival RPC? Am I using the indexer? So we hope to really, really figure out a way to really ease that burden on you. So what you only need to care about is, I want to get an information. This is the place I can go to. It's either Lake, it's either API, and then I use the regular RPC in my day-to-day interaction with the blockchain. So this is the goal that we're aiming at. We're thinking about ways that we can actually optimize archival RPC and provide that information to you without the need of choosing and asking where should I use, what should I use, why should I use XYZ. So this is the overall landscape that we're thinking, and we really welcome any feedbacks, ideas, and just tell us why you're using what you're using. Tell us the combination that you are using right now, the problem that you're facing when you're onboarding, and and the problem you're facing in any of your experience.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thanks for this landscape, and yeah, I hope it makes certain sense to people, and I like to highlight that basically they are very different type of offerings for different needs, for different audiences. So if you're a data scientist, you would probably go with a data warehouse and just interact with and build your machine learning products and analyze the data that sits in the history of the blockchain. If you're a DApp developer, you would probably be more interested in either data API if you're building mostly front end, or if you're building something more advanced, then Lake would be your probably choice. And monitoring is a boring thing. I definitely don't recommend going there anybody in terms of like implementing yourself. So I think we should take care of this part for you guys, and hopefully monitoring will be just a breeze for you, and you just click a button and you're all set. So that's basically sum it up version of this landscape. Sorry, Josh, I interrupted you.
No, that's perfect. No, I was just gonna the only thing I was gonna ask is there a link to this Miro board that individuals can take a look at? Is this like an interactive thing? Do you want individuals to make comments or engage with you on this board?
Yeah, I will create a publicly shareable board
okay,
so that
cool.
Yeah, you can just throw sticky notes as we do.
Cool, sounds good. Well, I don't see any further questions, but yeah, thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. Yeah, no, this is all really awesome stuff. Yeah, lots to unpack here and lots to think about. But yeah, really awesome seeing the progress that's being made with the REST API server, and then all the Dev Console features that are getting implemented. Yeah, no, I'm really stoked for the next couple months. And and NearCon, I think it's kind of going to be like a launch for probably all these products and services as far as like a time frame, but we shall see.
Yeah, definitely it will be a lot of new stuff to talk about during NearCon. So I'm not sure, Josh, are we making more and more like announcements about when NearCon is getting?
Well, I mean, the NearCon is announced, isn't it? It's like officially announced.
It is, but I think it's worth to reiterate over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. Nearcon.org, check it out. Come to Portugal, hang out with these fabulous people on this call and other community calls. Meet us in real life. It's September 11th through the 14th in Lisbon. Nearcon.org. Check it out. Apply to hack. Sign up. There'll be side events. There'll be all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys. Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Oh, and next week we will be off. We're having a near-wide wellness week for everyone to take vacation off and rest and recuperate and not focus on work. Hopefully you'll walk away from your computer screens and not worry about pushing code or working on planning all these new features. But yeah, so we won't have a community meeting next week, but we'll have 2 community meetings the following week, and I will be sending emails out as reminders and make an update for next week's meeting. But cool. Until next time, chat with you guys later. Thanks again, and yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
see ya.
thanks everybody. See you.
Thanks.
Bye.